Hey guys, last time we did this was a few minutes ago. I realized at the end of the last episode I said, I'm probably not gonna do another one tonight. Well, I am. I'm doing another one, the same night. Look at me go. Last time, we got tortured. It was very unpleasant. No fun was had. Except for from Ilya. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This time, we're going to go with fight. I won't run away. Honestly, this Holy Grail War and Master stuff doesn't seem real to me. But still, if there are only two choices, fighting or running away, I will never run away. The priest said it too. If I am a Magus, I should be ready. That is why I must decide. Even though I am an amateur, Emiya Shiro is a Magus. Even if I have decided to become a superhero in the footsteps of Emiya Kiritsugu, whom I've admired all this time, I will fight as a master. If the cause of the fire 10 years ago was the Holy Grail War, I can't let it happen again. As if he likes my answer, the priest smiles with satisfaction. I take a deep breath. I've cut away all hesitation. As a man, I said I will fight. So from now on... Sorry, I had a little burp. So from now on, all I have to do is go forward with pride, so that I will not go against my word. Then I shall approve you as Saber's master. In this instant, the Holy Grail War is accepted. I approve the battle in this town. From now until the only one master remains, everyone shall follow their pride and compete against each other. The priest's voice echoes heavily through the church. There is no meaning to that declaration. Only Tosaka and I heard the priest's words. This man merely rang the starting bell as the priest of this church. So it's decided. Then I'm going home. But can I ask you a question too? I don't mind. This might be the last time, so I shall answer most questions. Then I shall ask, Kirei, you're the one in charge of looking after this, so you should have information on the other masters. I follow the association's rules, so at least tell me what you know. That's troubling. I really want to tell you, but I do not know the details either. Including Emiya Shiro, there are not many legitimate Magi this time. There are only two masters I know about. 3 if you include Emiya Shiro. Oh, I see. Still, you should know the order that they were summoned. You are the supervisor, after all. Well, what would that matter, knowing what order they were summoned in? Because they're all summoned anyway, so what does that matter? Berserker was first, Caster was second, the rest are pretty much the same. Archer was yesterday, and Saber was summoned a few hours ago. Oh, Ilya got to it first. I see, then that means... I just realized that my Ilya and my Saber and my Reen are very close in terms of voices. My Saber is just like a little bit softer, I think is a good way to put it. So when the scene comes up with all 3 of them, it's going to be very hard for people who are all exclusively listening to this to tell the 3 apart. So that'll be fun. The Holy Grail War has officially started. Reen, you are not allowed to come to this church until the Holy Grail War is over. The only time it is permitted is when I lose my servant and wish for protection, right? So I pretty much get points deducted if I come here for any other reason. That is correct. You may become the victor, but the church will not ignore the points deducted. They will take the Holy Grail away from you after a boring discussion. That would be the worst case scenario for me. You fake priest. Person on the side of the church supporting the Magic Association. I am serving God. That does not mean I am serving the church. Whatever. That's why you're a fake. And Tosaka turns her back to the priest. After that, she just makes her way to the exit without saying goodbye. Hey, is that okay, Tosaka? He is your fellow pupil, right? So... shouldn't there be a more proper farewell? I don't care. I'd rather feel relieved from breaking the ties to him. More importantly, you should leave too. You have no business here now. Tosaka walks across the floor without stopping and really leaves. Girl, should you really be trying to leave on your own? Without a servant? When the Holy Grail War just started? Your guy just got dicked on by Saber super hard and can't protect you no more. I sigh and follow her. And then... I feel a presence behind me and turn around. The priest who was behind me before The priest who was behind me before I knew it is looking down on me. What? Do you have anything else to say? I back off as I say so. Just as I thought. I don't like him. Maybe we were just incompatible or something, but I can't get myself to like him. If you don't have anything to say, I'm going. I make my way to the door, trying to escape his stare. As I go, rejoice, boy. Your wish will finally come true. The priest says as if declaring an oracle. Those words aren't those the true feelings I haven't yet realized? What are you saying all of it? What are you saying all of a sudden? He says that a lot. I feel like that's just like a Japanese saying, just because I feel like a lot of anime say that. Like I don't think I've ever read this line in like a Western story, but I read it all the time in like like in manga and anime and visual novels now, you know? You should know, your wish will not come true unless there is a clear evil. Even if it's not something you approve of, a superhero requires a villain to defeat. I feel like everything has turned black. The priest said it. The greatest wish and the ugliest wish I have are the same. Yes, the desire to protect something is at the same time none other than the wish for something to violate it. Ooh. I mean, not necessarily. I was about to say that's a really nuanced take. But the desire to protect something isn't the same thing as the desire for something to violate it. Something happening to violate peace is something that will almost constantly be happening just because there are people who will always be around to take that. So you're simply having the desire to stop those who want to disrupt the peace, essentially. That's why you desire to protect something. It's not that you, like... I think the best way to explain this is, like, Shiro isn't sitting there... He has his desire to protect people because there are people out there who violate the peace, like with his... with the fires. Before he knew as the Holy Grail War, he had to have known that, like, somebody caused that, you know? And he also know that there are people who just generally do bad things. Like, Kiritsugu was like, yes, I stop people, you know? I try to stop people, I try to bring peace. Kiritsugu doesn't have the same desire of, I need there to be villains to stop. He simply wants to stop villains. So and it's the same for Shiro. He got that ideal from Kiritsugu. Maybe it's simple, but I feel like there's nothing about Shiro that implies that he's like looking like. It's hard. I feel like it's hard to explain. I did not mean to bump my thing, but I feel like that take is inherently flawed. Hang on, is there a way to like look at the log? You desire to protect something is at the same time not other than a wish for something to violate it. That is inherently flawed because you don't wish for something to violate the peace. As someone who wants to protect people, you don't wish for there to be a problem to solve, but you will choose to solve it. Just like in this situation, like Lily in this conversation, I feel, you have Shiro trying to reason, like, hey, like, we don't have to kill the other masters, like, like, he's trying to, like, it was almost like he was, like, trying to solve a way, if I find a way for this to be resolved without anything bad happening, like, hey, like, if someone, like, really bad gets involved and wins the Grail, you'll stop them, right? Like, that's against the rules, obviously. Like, he's trying to understand the situation better, so then, like, to know how, like, the people who, like, will do bad things are being taken care of. It's not like if, like, let's say he, like, immediately, like, jumped into the Holy Grail where, like, yes, there are people who will, like, disturb the peace, ergo, I must stop them. Then I would absolutely agree with this take that this is how Shiro sees it, but everything based off of how Shiro talks and his internal monologue, which I think is the more important part, is just inherently saying contradiction to that. If anything I just made any sense, I'm sorry if it didn't, but I'm just trying to give this philosophical talk without any prep time at all. I inherently disagree with this claim. I think that they are completely, arbitrarily different things, you know? Not arbitrarily. They're completely and entirely different things. like, there is a case to be made that some people will be, that there are some people who do have, like, I guess, like, I mean, like, people with hero complexes, or people who, like, fantasize, like, yes, I wish that there was, like, a villain out there and I had the power to stop, like, that kind of stuff. But that's, like, I don't think that this is what this is at all. Hopefully that made any sense. I'm trying to think of a better way to word it. I feel like that's the best I could do. Is there a better way to word that? You know, I'm just gonna move on. But there's no way I'd wish for something like that. Yeah. Yeah. He's literally saying... He's literally saying what I was just saying. And sorry, I'm sending a text really quick. There's no way I'd wish for something like that. I don't even remember a moment when I wished for that. Such an insecure wish. Just means the target ideals are inconsistent. But the priest says as if to pierce my heart. Good thing you have an enemy now. No, you don't have to gloss over it. Your worries are right for a human being. I shake off the priest's words and walk to the door. Farewell, Emiya Shiro. This will be my last warning, but take care of on your way home. Your world will change completely from now on. You are now at the point of kill or be killed. You are now a master. As soon as I leave, the pressure on my shoulder lifts. Certainly you could say that getting away from that priest helped, but Tosaka standing out in her uniform, and the blonde-haired girl in a raincoat standing near her, make a strangely well-matched sight that somehow takes the pressure off me. Saber is silent as always. She's looking at me, so it seems she is interested in the decision I made. Let's go! We're going the same way until we get back to the town. Saying that, Tosaka starts walking. Following after her, we leave the church as well. The three of us descend the hill together. We didn't talk much on our way here, but there's even less talk now. Even dull as I am, I know why. After what happened at the church, I truly became a master, and that must be the reason Tosaka's walking a little apart from us. I understand that. I understand, but I don't like thinking about Tosaka like that. Tosaka, is your servant okay? Huh? Oh, yeah, Archer is okay, though it doesn't seem like the damage caused by your saber will heal fast, so I don't think he'll be able to materialize him for a while. Then he's not with you right now? No, he's taking shelter at my house right now. He'll be at a disadvantage if he was attacked by other servants right now, so I'm making him stay ready at a place of strength. I see. Unlike my house, Tosaka's house is well prepared against outside attacks. A house is like a fortress for a Magus. They will not lose as long as they stay there. That must mean enemies will not attack you as long as you stay on your home ground. I see. The boundary field in my house is merely an alarm against intruders, but even having that makes a big difference. Oh yeah, Tosaka. That guy said he was the supervisor of the Holy Grail War, but does he know your servant? He shouldn't. I haven't told him. I see. You guys seem to have a good relationship, so I thought so. Hey, Amiya-kun. I'll warn you now. Don't tell anybody your servant's identity. Keep it a secret from people you trust. Keep it a secret even from people you trust, or you'll end up exiting this battle early. What? What do you mean, Saber's identity? What I mean is, which hero the servant is. No matter how strong someone may be, if you reveal your potential, you'll surely be beaten someday. It's fine, so have Saber tell you her real name later on. You should understand that what I mean then. Though, hang on. You're like this, so it might be better if she didn't tell you. Why? Because you can't keep secrets. You'll be able to keep a secret if you don't know about it. You'll be able to keep a secret if you don't know about it. Hey now, who do you think I am? I can take care of myself. Really? Then why do you have do you have anything you're hiding from me? Huh? Anything I'm hiding from you, that's... I say as my face fires up. I don't have a guilty conscience, but, well, would kind of admiring her count as something I'm hiding from her? See? I don't know what you're hiding, but it's no good if it shows on your face. You have other good aspects, so don't worry about it. Then what about you? If you're hiding from the priest, does that mean you don't trust him? Kirei? Hardly. I'm not crazy enough to trust him. He's a cheat who transferred from the church to the Magic Association without quitting the church. He'd happily sell my information to the other masters. Tosaka said with annoyance. It seems she really doesn't trust that priest. I'm a bit relieved, but still her words seem to hold a bit of affection. As we passed the bridge, there's no conversation between us now. The cold winter air and her breath is cold. Her cold breath. A faint sound of flowing water and the white street lamps that light up the bridge. Small things like that are engraved into my memory. Oddly, I didn't think about looking at Tosaka, who's walking next to me. Right now, it seems walking on the bridge at night together like this is more precious than seeing her face. Me, Tosaka, and the girl called Saber I know nothing about. We three walk together without doing much. We reach the intersection that leads to our house. The place where we must part with Tosaka. We'll part here. I've repaid my debt, and it would be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. We should part and become enemies from tomorrow on. It must be at the end of the ambiguous position that we are in right now. Tosaka starts talking and cuts off suddenly. From that, I realize she did not explain the rules to me out of any sense of obligation. She just supported me, understanding the situation I'm in, and acted fairly. So things are back to normal once the explanations are over. I'll just be her target as a master now. But if so, what she said was strange. Tosaka must have meant that it would be difficult to fight if she feels empathy for me. For Tosaka, everything that happened tonight must have been unnecessary. It would be troublesome if we stayed together any longer. Is she going to say something like that? If she was going to say something like that, she should have left us alone from the beginning. Tosaka's smart, so she should know that all too well. But still, she set aside the thought of loss or gain and helped me out. So what happened tonight was totally out of good faith. The Tosaka in front of me is too different from how she is at school. Even when I put it nicely, she's sour, cranky, unapproachable, and she's so different that I want to scream out. Man, it almost feels like a fraud. Yet still, Tosaka Rin is just how everyone thought she was. I see, Tosaka. You really are a good person. Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? See? Everywhere. What are you saying all of a sudden? I won't go easy on you even if you flatter me. I know that. She won't go easy on me. And that's why she said it'll be a bother if she feels empathy for me. I know, but I don't want to be enemies with you, if I can help it. I like people like you. What? Tosaka falls silent for some reason. I hear Tosaka's house is in the western district. Is in the western style district in the opposite direction of my place. Since she's taken care of me until now, I would like to walk her home, but... Anyway, just run to the church if your servant ever gets killed. If you do, at least your life will be safe. I won't like it, but still, I'll take that advice. And it won't happen, though. However I look at it, I'll die before Saber does. I calmly analyze the situation. Phew. Tosaka reacts strangely once again. After letting out a sigh, she glances at Saber. Alright, I won't give you any more warnings because that'd really be empathy. Just be careful. Even though Saber is strong, it won't matter if her master gets killed. Yeah. She turns her back and starts walking. But, as if she's seen a ghost, her feet stop dead in their tracks. Tosaka? The instant I call out to her, my left hand throbs in pain. Hey, have you finished talking? A young voice echoes through the night. The voice like a song is unmistakably that of a young girl. My vision is drawn to the top of the hill. I don't know when the clouds parted, but a bright moon is now shining in the sky. There. Dun dun. Oh. Oh, we're getting a way more epic introduction than in the bad, then let's go. A long shadow. There's a strange shape that shouldn't be here in this pale town of the shadow pictures. What? What? There's a strange shape that shouldn't be here in this pale town of shadow pictures. Okay. Berserker. Oh. That... Tosaka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. I don't even need to ask. That thing is definitely a servant. And at the same time, an overwhelming sense of death exceeding even the one in the fire 10 years ago. Yo! Okay. Well, I was about to say, I don't know if I should use that image for this thumbnail or for last episode's thumbnail. But this is definitely this episode's thumbnail. The last image is the last episode. Good evening, brother. It's the second time we've met like this. The girl smiles as she says so. That innocence sends a chill down my spine. No, spine is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. That thing is a monster. I'm not staring at it, but just its presence makes me unable to move. I understand naturally that I will die in the instant I move even a muscle. It feels like a knife is pushed right against my naked chest. Still, I feel nothing. Probably because there's too little hope of me getting out of this alive. All fears and impatience are drowned by hopelessness, so I don't feel a thing. Oh. They're going all... They're like, no. We're going to put all the extra CGs in here. I think that's what they're called, CGs. I don't know why they're called that. I would just call them, like, unique arts, so, like, UAs. But, like, I don't know. Oh, crap. He's totally on a completely different level. Unlike me, who's paralyzed, Tosaka has the composure to stand ready. But it'll come to nothing. Even though I can only see her back, I can sense the despair she's feeling. Huh? Oh, your servant is taking a rest? That's no fun. I thought I'd kill you both at once. The girl says unhappily as she looks down at us from the top of the hill. We're in an even worse situation now. That girl knows Tosaka's servant is not here. And then... The girl lifts the sides of her skirt and bows unsuitably for the situation. Nice to meet you, Rin. I am Ilya. You should work it out. You should work it out if I make it... You should work it out if I make that Ilyasville von Einsburn. Einsburn? Tosaka's body moves slightly as she seems to recognize that name. Perhaps she liked Tosaka's reaction as the girl smiles happily and... Then I'll kill you. Go ahead, Berserker. She orders the strange shape behind her, as if she's singing. Oh. The larger body flies through the air. The thing called Berserker comes flying down the whole distance from the top of the hill. Yo, this music's sick. Shiro, stay back. Saber runs. Her raincoat comes off and my vision is blocked for a second. Saber runs to the Berserker's landing point, and Berserker lands with a huge thud at the exact moment. The air trembles. Saber stops Berserker's greatsword with an invisible sword. Is this really a sword? I don't know. Saber makes a pained face. There. Berserker's gigantic sword flashes like a whirlwind. A great thunderous roar. The crash of steel that almost tears the air results in the defeat for Saber. A sliding sound. Even though she blocks Berserker's giant sword, she's driven back along with the sword she used to block it. Saber's posture collapses. The lead-colored servant chases after her. Oh, the lead. Wait, no, lead. That lead is LED, right? Yeah. The gray figure swings this giant sword as if it's the only thing it knows how to do. Saber doesn't have time to dodge it and blocks it with her sword. It does not matter if Saber's sword is invisible or not. Each of Berserker's attacks is a fatal one that must be blocked with all her might. Therefore, Saber has to stay on the defense. For her, the only chance of victory is to find the means of attack in between Berserker's attacks. But that's only if Berserker leaves an opening. The black rock sword is just like a storm. With such a large body, with such a large sword, and yet Berserker is moving faster than Saber. The attacks he sends out are just smashing swings with no technique to them. But that's enough. If there is an overwhelming power and speed, there's no room for technique. Techniques are something humans invented to compete for their weaknesses. Weaknesses are things that Giant doesn't have. Run. Run. I murmur with my frozen body. That thing cannot be defeated. Saber will be killed if we go on like this. So she should run away. It would be easier for her to get away if it were just her here. She should know that already. Oh, that's bad. My body is numb, but maybe that's why my mind is so calm. The storm of death that strikes without a pause. Unable to take all the attacks, Saber retreats, and this time, the final blow that cannot be blocked is swung. Oh. Nice street. Saber's body rises. She manages to defend against Berserker's giant sword, even in a bad posture. But that's only to avoid a fatal wound. She couldn't brace herself to totally block the giant sword, and the impact blows her away. She falls, her body drawing in a big arc. Before she falls on her back, Saber turns in midair and lands on her feet. She manages to recover, but red blood is running down her chest. That's... how stupid of me. I was forgetting something important. I don't know how much of a servant can fight in one day, but this is already her third battle. And on top of that, Saber has a wound in her chest inflicted by Lancer. Saber moves as to protect her chest. Berserker moves and slashes like a raging wind at the wounded Saber and receives many attacks on its back. I don't know what kind of magic it is, but Berserker's body explodes from Tosaka's spell. Judging from the magical energy given out, the magic directly hitting Berserker must be an impact close to that of a high-caliber pistol. But even that is meaningless. It doesn't even scratch Berserker's body. He isn't nullifying magic like Saber. It's just that the magic is not doing any damage. What kind of ridiculous body does he have? But Tosaka does not stop casting. But Berserker ignores Tosaka's spell and charges at Saber. Saber raises her head in pain. She holds her sword up and to still fight. That gets my body to move again. No! Run, Saber! I yell with all my might. Hearing that, she faces the enemy she cannot compare to. There's no end to Berserker's attacks. Saber's body sinks every time she blocks a blow and she slowly approaches her final moment. But still, where in that small frame does she have all that power? Saber doesn't retreat. Saber blocks the surging wave of the giant sword and drives Berserker back with her own willpower. There's no chance of victory. The way she's holding her ground looks bizarre, as she should know that she will be defeated if she keeps fighting. Maybe it sensed something in her posture. The figure, silent up till now, roars. And people somehow don't just look outside when there were like literally just a billion houses around them at the time. A blow, impossible to block. The blow that even swings through Saber blows her away. The sound of something falling in the distance. Fresh blood spills out. That pool of blood with a body that should not be able to get back up. Yo! Oh, Saber! Without freaking Archer here, I mean, well, I was about to say, without Archer here backing her up, she just gets her trash kicked in this fight. But then again, I was like, well, Archer doesn't really do anything. Like, his arrows can't hurt Berserker very much. So I don't know how much he actually helps. She stands up unconsciously. It's as if she is saying I would be killed if she didn't do so. That makes me realize how foolish my choice was. And that's when I get another bad end. Saber stops after defeating Saber. Without paying attention to me or Tosaka, it waits for its master's order at the top of the hill. There's no way you would be able to beat him. My Berserker is the greatest hero of Greece. Greatest hero of Greece? You must mean... Yes, the one standing there is the devil called Hercules. Well, it's Heracles, but whatever. He is the worst monster there is, on a different level from the heroes you guys can summon. The girl who called herself Elia narrows her eyes cheerfully. Those are eyes of joy about to finish off her enemies. I don't even need to say who the ones getting killed are. Saber will be killed right here. Then what am I going to do? Am I going to fight that monster in her place? That's some sick art. I love that. Am I going to fight that monster in her place? I can't do that. Just approaching that thing without being prepared would stop my heart. I want to do both, but I don't know which one would get me... Because I'm sure one of them will get me a bad ending. I'm sure one of them will get me the bad ending. But I don't know which one will. Wait, I want to hit save. I can't... Is it cheating? Is it because... Okay. Honestly, I kind of want to... Do I want to keep trying to get the bad endings, though? Like, it's fun to read through them, and it's extra content, but I kind of feel like that's cheating, and I should just go with my gut. I kind of want to go with my gut. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Wait, but they... So in the Tiger Dojo, they said I should start taking the cowardly options. That sounds like I would need to run away with Tosaka. This one implies that I should try to save Saber. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm so conflicted right now about... Maybe I should just do an episode where we go back and try to get the bad endings. Like, let me just go ahead and open up my notepad. Get bad endings for the future. Save slot 1. Wait, no, I'm wait, so save slot colon saved in slot 4. Maybe once I get like 5 of these, I'll just come back and go through all of them. So like I'll just slowly start going this way, and from all my new saves will be like in new slots instead of just slaving over these ones. I think that's what I'll do, because that's kind of like the fun of like visual novels, is getting like your own story, you know? Fate bad. I can really only do this when like they're obvious that'll get a bad ending, because like I'm pretty sure if me and Tosaka try to run, Saber will just be killed, and then Berserker will just kill us. So I'm gonna save Saber. I can't abandon someone who needs help. Ami Yashiro has chosen to live like that. And most importantly, I can't leave the girl who fought to protect me. Alright, Berserker. She will regenerate, so violate her after you chop off her head. What the fuck? I know she said that in the Heavensfeel movie, but I don't remember her saying chop off her head and then... Like, that is her... Like, that's just a different breed of messed up. I was expecting the violate her part, but I don't remember... Oh, gosh. Ilya is the worst. Gilgamesh did nothing wrong. Berserker resumes his actions. You? I run with all my strength. There's no way I can do anything against that monster, so the least I can do is push Saber away and save her from Berserker's attack. Huh? I fall. Why? I was going to push Saber away, get Saber away from Berserker, and think about what to do after that, so why? Why? Why am I on the ground unable to move? What happened? I hear shocked voices. First is from Saber, who's right in front of me. Tosaka's astonished at a distance. And for some reason, Ilya, who's looking down at me dumbfounded, is also surprised. I'm missing my stomach. I'm on the ground. On the asphalt are small amounts of blood compared to the wound. Soft-looking organs, bones, and many things like that. I see. How stupid of me. In short, I didn't make it in time. Yes, it was impossible to push Saber out of the way, so I just shielded her. And my stomach was blown out by that sword. I feel like it would have done more than... I feel like it would have just gone straight through Shiro and then straight into Saber, but okay. Ugh. Jeez, I'm ashamed of myself for failing even in a situation like this. I've been working hard to become a superhero, but I keep making mistakes when it really counts. Why? The silver girl asks in a daze, after standing there dumbfounded for a while. That's enough. This is boring. Without finishing off Saber, she calls Berserker back. Rin, I'll kill you. I'll kill you if I see you again. The girl leaves. After watching her leave, my vision cuts out. My consciousness fades away. I really can't recover this time. I was somehow saved when I was killed by Lancer, but that won't happen again. There's probably no magic that can save a person who has lost most of their stomach. What were you thinking? Don't you know I can't save you again? I hear an angry voice. It's probably Tosaka. She seems really angry, and I'm sorry. But it can't be helped. It's not like I can do everything like Tosaka. All I could do is use my body. So that's why. The only thing I could do is use my body to shield Saber. And with that... Oh, I forgot that there were like little chapters. And with that, this episode is done. I will see you guys... Yeah, going back to like what I was saying, I think I will do like 5 bad and obvious bad endings, and then I'll go back and get those. That's what we'll do. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Let me save. Bye-bye.